Hypo Weather Bulletin for June 27th, 2020. It's now time for your Hypo Weather Bulletin for June 27, 2020, brought to you by Cyclone Tracking Oz. There are currently 3 systems active with another 2 areas of interest, 2 of them being Category 4 systems, as you can see right now. And then we've got Category 2 Cedric. Category 4 Gati is obviously the main feature again, but we are definitely seeing quite a fight with Higos. So we can see right now in the Western Pacific we've got a nice, very high chance of an invest forming in the next few days. We can see it on the satellite imagery right now, looking fairly good. Higos has exploded into a Category 4 system. 155 mile an hour sustained winds, just about to touch Category 5, and gusts 260. We're expecting this storm to get to 180 miles an hour. We were not expecting that a day ago, moving west at 7 miles an hour. The main feature of tonight is Gati, which has just made landfall on the Indian coastline near Visakhapatnam and is an absolutely immense storm. It has done a lot of damage right now. We're expecting quite a lot of fatalities from this storm. A sustained winds of 155 miles an hour, so gusts to 160 miles an hour, 901 millibar pressure, moving northeast at 3 miles an hour. We've also got a 20% chance just off the Indian coastline, and you can see that in the satellite imagery right now as well. Another small area of interest is the Atlantic Basin as well. We've got a tropical wave just slowly moving across, as you can see on the satellite imagery right now. Probably is going to develop, but not in the next 5 days. Cedric, the main feature in the Eastern Pacific, a Category 2 storm just passing north of Hilo by the looks of things. 105 miles an hour, gusts to 125, pressure of 959 millibars, moving southwest at 8 miles an hour. So whether we see a Hilo landfall, be interesting. No activity in the Australian basin, likewise with the southwest Indian Ocean. Mediterranean looking quiet as usual, and as well as the southwest Pacific. Moving on to the forecast track of Higos, you can see right now probably going to get to Category 5 intensity, probably around maybe in the next 6 hours. As we can see, the eye has cleared out absolutely amazingly, which is beautiful. And then in the next 5 days we'll see it probably is sustained at Category 4. Long range models expecting this to landfall on the Philippines. Gati looking really good still, hasn't lost that eye, but expected to do so very soon. Category 3, then Category 2 in the next few hours, and dropping to tropical storm intensity in the next day probably. The next name for the Western Pacific is Damray, the next for the Atlantic, and the Eastern Pacific is Derek, just spelt differently. North Indian Ocean we've got Habu, and Central Pacific we have a Coney. For the Mediterranean we've got Ben, if that forms. South Atlantic we have Annie, pretty quiet down there as well. Southwest Indian Ocean we've got Barry. The Australian we've got Blair. South Pacific we have Ace. That's all for your tropical weather, Hypo Weather Bulletin right now on the Hypo Earth channel. Please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you want more Hypo Weather Bulletins like this. And it's been a pleasure presenting to you. Catch you all next storm. Goodbye.